Let's go through the initial setup on Samsung Galaxy S25. So let's press this green button in order to start the first configuration. Over here we need to select our language. So we're gonna choose English United States in my case, and then let's go next. Over here we can enable mobile network, mobile data. So if you have SIM card inserted into the phone, then you can turn it on over here. In my case, I'm gonna skip this process because I'm gonna use Wi-Fi later. Now over here we need to agree to end user license agreement, and let's proceed. Then over here we can set up the phone by using another device. So if you wish to use this option in order to automatically sign in and copy all settings, accounts, and other stuff from another phone or tablet, then you can either choose Galaxy or Android device or iPhone or iPad depending on what you had. In my case, I'm gonna just set up manually. Then over here we can connect to the Wi-Fi network, so find your network and simply provide the password, and after that press connect. Alright, now we should move to another screen where we need to wait a couple of seconds before we can do another thing. Then we have the option to copy apps and data again, so we can transfer everything from other device. Or if you have a backup, on Google Drive, then you can proceed as well. So if you do want to proceed, then simply go next. And then here, if you have another device, then you can press next again and then follow the instructions. If you wish to use the backup from Google Drive, then you can choose can't use other device. And after that, you will need to sign in to your Google account and you should find the list of all backups created. In my case, I'm not gonna copy, so I'm gonna choose don't copy and we're gonna wait for another screen. Then we have the option to sign in to our Google account. So if you do have Google account, you can tap on email or phone number in order to provide the email address. If you forgot your email, then you can press forgot email text over here. If you don't have Google account, then you can create one by pressing create account. And if you want to skip this process, then you can press skip. I'm gonna actually sign in. And after you provide the password, in case you sign in, you need to also agree to Google Terms of Service. So we can press I agree. Now let's wait for another menu to show up. And now we have the option to set up the screen lock immediately. We can use pattern, pin code, or password. And in addition to that, we also have biometrics, so the fingerprints or touch ID, and face recognition, which is the face ID. So if you wish to, then of course you can create the screen lock here. So simply choose the password type and then proceed with the instructions. But if you decide not to do that now, then you don't have to worry about it because you can later on do the same thing, but in the settings. So let's skip this process, and I'm gonna skip anyway because I don't want to keep you while setting up the password. And then we have Google Services where we can use location, allow scanning, and send usage and diagnostic data. So you can tap on the switcher on the switches on the right side in order to turn on or off these options, and then we can press accept. Now over here we have the option to back up our device to our Google account in Google Drive. So if you wish to do so, then you can select what you want to back up. You can choose photos and videos and other device data, and then you can press turn on backup. If not, then simply choose don't back up. Then we have to choose the browser and default search engine. So here we can press next. If you scroll down, we have a bunch of options of different browsers. If you don't know which one to choose, you have two main options that are the most popular on this phone, and that is Samsung Internet or Google Chrome. Of course, feel free to try anything that you wish to, but if you don't know which one to choose, then I suppose these two options are the most popular ones. So in my case, I'm gonna install Google Chrome because Samsung Internet will be installed anyway. And then let's press set as default. Now over here we have a search engine, and here the most popular option is of course Google. So if you don't know which one to choose, simply choose Google, and then we can proceed by pressing set as default in the bottom right corner. Now over here we have the option to use Gemini, so we can press continue as there is no option to skip actually. But now we have the option to use Hey Google voice recognition command, but I'm not gonna actually use it, so I'm gonna press no thanks. If you want to, feel free to set it up over there. And then we have Samsung account. So here, if you do have Samsung account, then you can of course sign in with Google. You can provide email or phone number, or sign in with the QR code. If you don't have the Samsung account, or if you don't remember the password, then you can press this text at the bottom, forgot password or don't have an account, and here you can choose one of these three options in order to recover your account. Or if you don't want to waste your time on signing into Samsung account or setting it up right now, you can choose setup later in settings, and this is how we can skip this login setup. And then we have to confirm that we want to skip. Then we have Samsung service legal information, where we can agree to the terms of conditions, and then we can proceed by pressing agree, or you can just skip again. We have Samsung services such as the auto blocker, customization service, and personal data intelligence, all of which can be enabled and disabled by tapping on these options. I'm gonna keep all enabled, and I'm gonna press agree. Then we can choose a light mode or dark mode. So if you prefer to have dark theme, then of course you can set it up over here immediately. I'm gonna stick with light. Let's proceed by pressing next. And now more waiting. Then you might see this recommended apps screen, where depending on the career, you might be offered to install an app that is made by your service provider. In that case, in order to avoid it, you can simply uncheck these apps so that they won't be installed, and then we can press next. And there we go, we are all set up. So if you press this home button, you should immediately jump to the home screen, and now we can start using our device. Now over here we immediately see edit SIM names and icons, because I have inserted my SIM cards, and in that case I can simply go back if I don't want to waste time. I don't really think it is necessary to change names for these panels here. But this is how we can go back, and now as you can see, apps are being installed, and that is pretty much it. This is how we can do the initial setup, go through the first configuration, and now you can start using your phone. Thanks for watching, leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and see you in my next videos. Bye!